I'm a super extroverted person, but I also really value my obligation to society. So if life were normal right now, I'd be out and about, adventuring, exploring, traveling. But given the state of the world this year, I've really been trying to take things a bit more relaxed and a bit easier. When it comes to what that means for this winter, I must admit I'm pretty nervous. I've never been formally diagnosed with seasonal affective disorder, but I do generally find the long winter months in Canada from like November to March to be pretty dreary and draining. So when it comes to this winter in particular, I've been trying to come up with some proactive planning on how to best prepare for it, because I do want to balance my mental health with the state of the pandemic and not being irresponsible. So let's chat about how to prepare. Hi, it's Vanessa Raquel here. Thanks so much for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe if you're interested in this video and in this channel. I've had a lot of experiences with downspats of mental health in my life, and I've always been fortunate enough to be able to get through them and come out the other side. So I thought a lot about it, and I've compiled a list of 5 tips that I think will help you and me prepare for a COVID winter. Number 1, committing to a healthy lifestyle. Number 2, going all out on holiday spirit. Number 3, leaning into time-consuming hobbies. Number 4, staying connected to your support system in a COVID-friendly way. And number 5, giving yourself allowances to things that bring you joy. So, a healthy lifestyle. This is obviously one that is good all year round. However, I think it's super critical in winter. So what does this mean? The basics, like eating well, exercising, and taking care of your mental health. From an eating well standpoint, that doesn't necessarily need to be a scary diet. It maybe just means trying to be sparse on the McDonald's and Domino's and eating all the junk food. In general, things like having 50% of your plate be full of vegetables, trying to have fruit, drinking lots of water, doing your best to cook as many meals as you can instead of ordering out. But of course, still supporting your local restaurants by ordering takeout every now and again. Just in general, trying to make sure the fuel that you're feeding your body is actually good for you. So I know for me, what I'm gonna try to do is to make sure that I'm eating in as much as possible. I'm gonna try to meal prep a bit for breakfast and lunch. And for me, my big downfall is junk food, so just really trying to avoid it as much as I can. On the exercise front, this one I think is so important for winter. But of course, because it's COVID, things like sports and gyms aren't the best option right now. So I think it's the year to get creative. Things I'm doing are I'm trying to go for some morning runs. I have a couple friends who'd like to do that, so we'll maybe meet at a park near us and run back home, things like that. Finding free online workouts on YouTube, or like my friend Cybercycle, hosting free Zoom classes every Thursday. Supporting local gyms that have tailored their content to now be online these days. And really trying to leverage friends as commitment and accountability buddies, saying, you know, we'll both do a workout this day and then we have to report back on it, that kind of thing. On the mental health standpoint, this one's so critical. Things like taking any medication you should be, going to any personal or group therapy sessions that you see having value for you, which basically is all of them. And just in general, managing your stress levels, like trying not to overcommit at work, trying not to overcommit with your family, trying to just recognize that we're in a really weird state of the world right now and we need to take it easy. If we do all these things of eating well, exercising, and taking care of our mental health, hopefully we'll be fine. Number 2, holiday spirit. So this one's probably a very me thing, but I find it helps a lot. I just get really into Halloween, and then Christmas, and then New Year's, and then like Valentine's Day. Just having an excuse to decorate, dress up, be festive, have little cutesy things to be excited about. Traditions, movies, Zoom calls. And it doesn't really matter what you're celebrating, I find it's just a cute excuse to do so. Currently, my house is completely decked out in Halloween gear. I have like 3 different Halloween costumes I'm organizing, even though I'm gonna be staying at home for like all of them. I know when it comes to Christmas time, I'll have the little tree and the little stockings and the whole 9. I love me a good festive holiday movie. I love listening to playlists that are festive. If I'm bullet journaling, I'm making like cute festive spreads. It's Halloween month, yay! I think it's a bit cheesy, but I think it does help. And all of these things are of course a great opportunity to give back to your community. There's always loads of food drives, charitable initiatives going on. Being able to think of not only yourself but others can really help make that time more valuable. And while this isn't the best year necessarily to be volunteering in person, there's loads of other ways to do so, like donating money or donating items. Number 3, leaning into time-consuming hobbies. So you may have noticed I've been making a lot of YouTube videos lately. The amount of time it takes me to come up with an idea, record it, edit it, post it, share it, is a lot, but that's a good thing right now. This is totally the time to just lean into that random hobby that takes way too much time out of your normal life and just go all in on it. Whether that's knitting or crocheting, whether that's cooking and baking, maybe it's writing a book, maybe it's a list of 100 books you want to read this year. Whatever that random hobby is that you either currently have or have always wanted to have, this is 100% the year to do it. And I would also note that this is the year to commit more money to those things too. Maybe you've always been putting off investing $200 in calligraphy pens because that seems ridiculous, but maybe this year that investment might translate into 100 hours worth of activities. So I really encourage you to do that because I know it's been bringing me a lot of joy to finally be doing this YouTube thing I've been talking about for like a decade. Number 4, staying connected to your support systems in a COVID-friendly way. So hopefully you know who your support system is. This could be friends, family, religious leaders, work leaders, colleagues, whomever. And when we're saying COVID friendly, that could be a range of phone calls, video calls. I have one friend who I write letters to because we're 95 years old. But hey, it also supports your postal services, woot woot. Just making sure you're staying connected with these people, reaching out. You're both probably going through a rough time right now, so just scheduling fun things, talking through things together, organizing accountability buddies, and then doing things like playing Jackbox games with your friends and other online friendly activities. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard a lot about this Among Us game. Just anything that'll help you feel connected to these people that you care a lot about in your life. And lastly, giving yourself allowances to things that bring you joy. So I kind of alluded to this in the first point, but this is going to be a pretty unique and stressful year. There is a high likelihood that challenges we would normally have are just going to be exacerbated. So if you can't do some of the things you know that you should do, you sometimes just have to allow yourself to lean into the things that are bad for you. If you need that ice cream that night because it's going to help you get through the day, just do it. If you need to take a day off work because you need a personal day, just do it. If you need to binge watch 3 seasons of something on Netflix one night because you just can't do anything else, just do it. This was a tactic that quite literally saved my life several years ago. I was in a really bad depressive state after being in a court case and having my father pass away. I was failing classes. I just could not give an F. And I just did whatever brought me happiness in any given moment. And it got me through a really rough 8 months. It sort of ties into the philosophy of pleasure versus happiness. Ideally, to be happy, we're going to be investing in things that are going to be more long-term focused, whereas pleasure is more immediate short-term focused. And all I'm trying to say is now and again, indulge in the pleasures that you need to help you achieve that long-term happiness. So with all that said, that leads me to my feature in this video today, which is CAMH, the Center for Addiction and Mental Health. CAMH is an organization and a charity that I care a lot about. My family has struggled with homelessness, addiction, and serious mental health challenges, and they were there for us when we needed them most. So I donate $50 to them every single month, and they really do incredible work. So I encourage you to check them out. And if not them, maybe there's another mental health charity that you'd be passionate about supporting this year. Everything I've said so far is just my ideas. What are you doing to prepare for a COVID winter? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your ideas and suggestions. So with that, I wish you good luck and good mental health, and I hope that you have a good COVID winter. Bye.